Hey, how you doing, everybody? It's Josh Anderson, Anderson and Associates Realty. Just want to talk today for a couple minutes about the five big mistakes that sellers want to avoid before they put their house on
Fact,
the market. So, decluttering and minimalizing the home. I mean, that is one of the core things that we focus on the second we walk in the door at the listing appointment is, um, you know, have people neglected to take things, and put them away, put them in a box, put them in the garage, put them in a storage unit. Um, and that can be, appliances that are not essential that are on the countertops. It can be books, magazines, toys, shoes, clothing, all that kind of stuff. You really just want to minimalize and show your space and your light and your natural light that's coming into the house. Light, bright, and lots of space is what sells homes. That's what gets people excited. Obviously, kitchens, bathrooms, flooring, all that kind of stuff is also key. So, um, uh, the big thing to take away there is to minimalize and declutter your home and the space that you want to showcase and you want buyers to see. You really want it to show its best. So um, the next mistake that a lot of homeowners and sellers make before getting on the market is they really neglect to get their curb appeal in shape, right? To really get it looking good. So you may have somebody that's cutting the
look like,
grass,
but
or a lot of times we see a yard that just needs it needs a little sprucing up. So what I mean by that is, maybe making sure that the beds are weeded, that all of the weeds and the undergrowth is pulled out of there. New mulch, maybe a little bit of color. Obviously, you want to make sure that your driveways and sidewalks are all edged and trimmed and mowed, blown, really looking good. Um, Curb appeal goes to the psychology of the showing, right? I mean, when that buyer pulls into the neighborhood and they pull up to your house and the first thing they see is your yard, your mailbox, your front door. If you have a mailbox that's all dinged up and it's 30 years old and it's crooked, probably a good idea to fix that before you put the house on the market. Same thing with, when you're walking up to the front door. If the front door, um, you know, needs a new coat of paint, um, uh, that is definitely something that is worth spending the time and money to do, because the better your house presents, all the way from the time that somebody gets out of the car to the time they walk through it to the time they walk back to their car and leave, really makes a difference. So that leads us to one of the mistakes that I see sellers and realtors make all the time, and
right.
that's not using a professional real estate photographer. Um, it's just, people want to, oh, I've got a great camera. I can, do it myself. And maybe some people have that skill. Very few, from what I've seen, have the skill, even if they're a photographer. If they, well, I, do weddings and I do, the family portrait. Well, I understand all that, but the difference between you and somebody who knows what they're doing, as far as lenses, angles, editing, the whole nine yards, it makes a difference. And having a good real estate photographer can really, make the difference on how much you sell your house for. So, not using a photographer, big mistake. Um, you know, it was kind of a toss up for the last two. Um, because really they're most
That
important.
you
Number one,
cannot
overprice your home in this marketplace, right? So I mean, for a lot of years here, you could get away with it in Tampa, just kind of, hey, we're going to bump it up a little more than what our neighbors sold for. Those days are gone. You have to be competitive in the marketplace to get the home sold, and not only means price. It also means making sure, like we said, the curb appeal, the inside, the showcasing, the presentability of the home has to be on par, and it has to be better than the competition, or somebody's just going to go somewhere else. So, um, the number one mistake we see people make is that they hire um, a realtor that is not experienced in this market. They hire a realtor that is a friend or a family member that's a wonderful person, but is not a wonderful or skilled realtor to help you get your home sold for the most money in the marketplace. So, um, having a realtor that knows how to evaluate the not only your home but the conditions in the marketplace and how to um, basically use those conditions when the time comes for negotiating a contract, it really makes all the difference in the world. So, if you want to know more about how we get homes sold here, right here in the Bloomingdale area, and in Valrico, Tampa, Hillsborough County, just about anywhere where you hear my voice here in Florida. If you guys want more content like this, hit the subscribe button. Again, this is just to help folks out there that are maybe considering putting their house on the market here soon. Avoid these mistakes, whether you're working with us or anybody else. These are things that will ultimately save you money.